Well, good afternoon. Today we're doing a special show, and it's special because it's normally 12 o'clock in the day. We're trying to do 4:30. How you doing back there, John?
Doing really well.
It's cooler in here today, huh, Matt?
Yeah.
Anyways, my returning guest today is Matt Smith of Matt's Music Center, and you brought a guest with you. Why don't you introduce him or yourself?
Hi, my name is James, and I work alongside with Matthew.
Okay, so now Matt, you were so excited. I love it when you call me and say, Lisa, I need to get back on your show. I know you've been doing some great things, so let's jump right in. Just tell me all the good stuff.
Okay, well, as everyone know, or if it's your first time watching today, my name is Matthew Smith, Executive Director and Founder of 501c3 Building Better Futures and Matt's Music Center. And this year, we started out with one collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
We were over collaborating with Westwood Heights Hamady High School. And by the time February came around, I was in about 8 schools a week, Monday through Friday.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, who runs that for you? Because I know you work elsewhere.
Yeah.
So now who does all that for you while you're at work?
Well, let's see. Originally, the organization started out very small. We had 7 kids at a church.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next year, we had 1 or 2 collaborations. We did one with the International Academy of Flint Urban League, and we collaborated with the UAW Local 651, who has been one of our most helpful partners through the years,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still partnering with us today. Then the following year, which was last year, we were able to partner with Beecher High School, a 9th grade Carrera program,
Mm-hmm.
which those funds come out of Mott Children's Health Center health aid program. And we were able to also collaborate with the GISD organization, or
Mm-hmm.
as people know, Genesee Intermediate School Districts.
Right.
And we started out at Hamady High School. They have about 30 sites, and their end goal was for us to have our program at all 30 sites,
Wow.
4 days a week,
Mm-hmm.
year round.
Mm-hmm.
So they extended that contract through last year, beginning this year at Hamady High School. And by the time February rolled around, I got about 15 contracts on the table all at once.
Wow.
So at that point, I actually took a leave of absence from work.
Mm-hmm.
I've been out of work probably about 3 or 4 months now. And I started running the business full time.
So they just let you leave?
Yeah.
Can you go back?
Yes. Actually, I went back yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
As everyone knows, this is the last week of school.
Yeah.
So I went back to work. Over the years, I've built a relationship. I have 8 years at General Motors,
Mm-hmm.
and I built a relationship on the General Motors side with the superintendent, who's been very helpful in providing resources and things to help our organization grow.
Oh, okay.
And one of our most advantageous supporters, Art Reyes, who's the president of the UAW Local 651.
Mm-hmm.
So with their help, I've been able to, kind of maneuver things, from the General Motors side and out, making this grow.
And I've never heard of GM being that generous.
Oh, yeah.
Except with the paycheck.
Yeah, well, as you know, we're in the year 2013. GM is trying to find new ways of helping communities.
Mm-hmm.
They support, last year, the plant where I'm at, they raised some $70,000 to contribute to charities and organizations here within Genesee County. So they've been trying to do their part.
Well, that's good because a lot of people need work.
Yes.
And so with the programs that you have, you just said that you have art now, and that's where you come in. So tell us what it is that you do that helps out with this whole program.
Well, starting out I used to go to class. I don't know if you know, but my teacher was Mr. Sullivan, and I learned a lot of my art from him.
Mm-hmm.
So I then went and took my own swing of things as far as art, and I went into graphic designing. That's what I started out in school with, and then I transferred to photography. So I basically kept going with all of them. So now what I want to do is I want to integrate these same skills into early development, ninth grade through 12th grade, and as early as possible.
Right, right.
So it'll be, we don't have a lot of, I guess, cartoon
Or animation.
art or animation basically here, and I want to tap into all different varieties.
Right.
Also, I would like to get the graphic designing side. I mean, we have some great graphic designers here.
Yeah.
It would be nice if the kids could see these at a young age. Because if we had this, or if me and Matthew, we used to draw when we were in third grade. You know, if we were able to get a hold of these things earlier,
Yeah.
we'd be that much further off. Or
Yeah.
I would be that much further off. So I came back in Michigan in March because I live in Albuquerque.
Oh, for
And-
real?
Yeah.
You speak Espanol?
Nope.
Did
No.
you drink the water?
New Mexico.
Okay.
New Mexico.
In New
water.
Mexico, you can drink the water.
Oh,
In the
yes.
old Mexico, don't drink the water.
I'm not gonna say that.
Well, you know that's just a running
Yeah.
joke. It's always been a running
Yeah,
joke.
but yeah, they're down there. They're nothing but art. I
Mhm.
mean, they have some buildings where they actually have graffiti on them
Mhm.
from, we'll say, people who've done it and got caught doing it,
Mhm.
but they allowed it to stay there because
Right.
it was something
It
positive.
was so good looking.
Yeah.
They're doing that in Detroit. They just had a thing in the paper where this guy was in this old section of town that was doing buildings.
hmm And so from being down there, I used to work with he was in Albuquerque. He was famous for painting like donkeys and all kind of farm animals. And I started out with him. He wanted his own clothing line. So we
You're gonna name it
started.
Donkey.
Yeah, that's what it was.
See, how'd I know
It was
that?
it was Donkey, and we started working, and then through some trial and error, we ended up parting ways.
Mhm.
But the idea stuck with me, so I thought, why not bring this down up here?
Right.
Because we have some printing places, some silk screening places, but we don't have it for the kids.
Right.
Let the kids get a hold of it, so by the time they're in high school or out of high school, they'll have that much more knowledge to get into that field.
I never
So-
thought about letting kids do silk screening
Mm-hmm.
because it seemed like it's kind of messy, but that would be right up their alley.
Yeah, it's messy in the sense that your silk screening, your mesh is going to be messy, but as far as being dirty all around, no, it's not that dirty at all. I mean,
Wow.
I know I've seen the process and I've done it before a couple
Mhm.
times down in Albuquerque, and it's very, very clean.
Oh, well, that's good because I need some T-shirts to say Flaminpit.
Well, as it stands, I kind of have my own little T-shirt website, and I do all kinds of custom art.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna plan on doing something with Matthew as well, and get some shirts made so we can pass them out, and just throw out a positive look.
And so now, what about the photography? You have the kids are taking classes. They have to like supply cameras and that.
At the moment, we won't be doing photography, but if it's allowed, I'll try personally to find decent cameras so that they can use them.
Right.
I mean,
Even if they're the disposable ones.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
if they can just use their camera phone. I mean, nowadays camera phones are
I know.
really good.
3-year-olds have cell phones.
Yes. And they're able to produce, I mean, especially the Samsung Galaxy S4, that thing can take some really good images. So they don't necessarily need to buy a camera. But if they want to, go ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
I like the old-fashioned way with a camera
Yeah.
because to me that's photography.
Oh, yeah.
Cell phone is not it. That's just taking a picture.
Oh, yeah. I've been to several different states taking pictures, and I did weddings, graduations. I modeled my younger brothers and my older brothers, and it's, to me, art is just like music. It helped me with a lot of things. It helped my hand and eye coordination.
Right.
It gave me. I know a lot about colors now. I know how colors work. I know
all reds are not the same.
Yeah, there's too many of them.
Right,
but,
right.
Women love their different varieties. So
Exactly.
I'm able to tap into all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, are the schools really receptive to art? Because was that like something popular versus music, or do you think they're like hand in hand? People are really getting into it, and I guess because they don't have them in the schools anymore,
Right.
they're apt to more want either music or art or both.
Well, I found out sometime last summer, with my tenure around the schools here in Genesee County. I talked to several superintendents and established a relationship with them. And most of these superintendents, we have all the budget cuts for the economic situations that
Right.
the schools are taking on. And the first two subjects that they cut is music and art. So to be honest with you, art has been missing throughout Genesee County. You know how many schools are in Genesee County?
It's only 5 now.
Well,
We were just sitting out there counting them. John was like, "Well, I said Whittier." He goes, "No, they closed." I was like,
in Genesee County in its entirety, there's probably, there's a lot of schools you don't hear about. There's
Yeah.
a couple hundred schools.
and a lot of them are academies now, run by the
You
government.
have academies, you have the city schools, you have the Genesee Intermediate schools.
Yeah, that's a big district.
Right, which are not, in Genesee Intermediate, they have 30 schools and they still don't cover all of what they plan to cover.
Right.
But basically, art has been missing for about 5 years.
Wow.
And the little pieces of music programs that are left, within schools, they've been trying to savor because they know music is helpful and things like that.
Right.
But the schools lack the resources to actually, to be a catalyst to, upgrade the programs. So we've been providing both, and they've been acceptive, to both programs.
So now, what do you think of this? We were just talking outside about, when they do the lottery commercial.
Yes.
$778 million went 100% to Michigan schools. What schools did they go to? What schools did that money go to?
I have no idea.
It wasn't Flint, Detroit, or Saginaw.
No, it was not.
Because, like I said, we got 5 schools now, and the rest are academies.
Right.
And, the schools that are left, they're steady closing them.
Right.
And then the Saginaw school, we got to close about 40 schools and lay off about 100 people.
Right. And then you look at big cities, Flint, they're slowly turning around. But one thing that's hurting Flint a whole lot is there's not a lot of revenue from a business perspective. So that's why, the schools are really dying down because our business districts are not producing a lot of revenue. So, we don't have a lot of businesses who can back and help, fund the schools.
Well, it's because they keep building stores like shopping centers and stuff.
Right.
That's not what we need because you can get a job in food service and retail, but not anything else.
Right.
And a lot of those stores just can't sustain. They have to be the huge stores in order to say, well, I'm going to donate 10,000 over here and make that a yearly event.
Right.
Well, that would be one of those things that I would like to see as far as, Math Music Center not just being in Michigan. We can take it in other places.
Yeah.
I would like a lot of these businesses that are mom and pops that are just here to branch out because for the most part, the money is only going in a circle inside the state itself. So it's not really generating money.
Well, and then they're putting tax on everybody left and right. We have to pay state tax on Social Security. What the hell?
Right.
Come on. I can't win.
Yeah, you can't win.
If you don't have enough people, if you can't get a job, then how are people supposed to help each other out?
Right. It's a tough situation, but I do a whole lot of reading, and businesses that are going to thrive and survive in today's economy, because as you know, the more problems there is, people who are entrepreneurs and things like that, it's a lot of opportunity for business.
Yeah.
It just happens to be done in a different way.
Well, I noticed recently there's a lot of authors coming out, and they're selling their books and things like that. And I was really impressed to see how many people are actually writing books or have written books, and they're selling them like hotcakes.
Yep.
So we need something to boost the interest and money brought into art and music.
Right.
So what's it gonna be?
Well,
What kind of show can we put on?
we actually just put a show on about 2 weeks ago. We collaborated with the Carrera Foundation, which is through my Children's Health Center. We had like a 3-month project at Beecher High School. We had some 40 or 50 students. It was very successful. We opened up the show with an artist that I just signed to the company. Her name is Yoshi Vintage, and she's a positive lyricist. Then we had some 40 or 50 students showcase their drumming ability, and then we are also in collaboration with Night Fire Blue Flame Drumline, which is nothing but an alumni drumline from all individuals from here in the city of Flint. And they came because music has been down for probably about a decade now, to actually show our students and our kids what they could in the end goal progress to. Now, my vision for the organization, Building Better Futures and Matt's Music Center, this is the 3rd year I've been making, collaborations, and we're growing at a steady pace. We have music, we have art, we have dance. I just collaborated with the organization, Raise It Up, which is CEO is Natasha Thomas Jackson. I'm excited about that. So we have poetry now. I have something we're going to be launching next year. I'm working on getting it down at the Capitol Theater. It's going to be called Matt's Music Center Music Conference. And this is like something that I've been working on for the past few years. And we're going to book about 15 acts, all from individuals in Flint. And I'm trying to get Lyric the Queen to come back. I just threw a concert for the students at Beecher High School about a month or 2 ago. It was real successful.
Yeah, I saw that in the paper.
I'm also trying to book the mainstream artist, Big Sean, too, for that.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's out of
Mama
Detroit.
Soul is good.
Yeah, Mama Soul.
I had her on the show. In fact, I ran into Admire the other day. And when she sat here and she just rattled it off, just like, I said, oh, you're doing it now?
Right.
Because I'm like, okay, rap something. And she just, I think what would be fun too is if you had a show like match up a kid to an adult that plays the same instrument.
Right.
You have your little saxophonist and you have your big, I think that would be the cutest thing, because we want to see what they can do, and then they've got a mentor right there.
Right, a student adult type.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been doing. A lot of our interns or our employees for the organization were all pretty still, young, so we're able to relate to the kids. It's such a tall order with art and music being cut out of the schools altogether. We're just taking it on piece by piece. But eventually, once we collaborate with all the schools in Genesee County and really establish our services, you'll see a great impact then. But now we're just nesting.
Right. So what about the junior authors, the little boy that wrote the book with Kellen Brandon? Yeah.
I just want to commend Kellen Brandon. I know him personally. He's doing a very good job, with this publishing company and doing his piece in the community as far as giving back to the students.
Right.
And trying to get them to write. To be an author, you have to dig deep within yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the book, but I saw the little boy. They had him on the news and everything, and then they showed like some of his classmates and everything was like, now we want to write.
Right.
And that would be something to get them in there, because they've seen one kid already published. I mean, how old is the kid? 10, 11?
Yeah, he's very young.
Yeah. And to be a star, had him out there like signing his little autograph. I thought that was the cutest thing.
Yeah, well, see, that's kind of what I'm doing with the 4 students that I have as far as the art side of it. Some of their artwork, probably in November, I think they have the art walk, and I'm going to showcase some of their art down there. And I also have a few of their pictures on my Facebook business page. So they have a folder. I make sure they sign their name on all their artwork. So, and anyone sees it, they know that's from them. So
Right.
if the high school goes onto that page, or if they, send them the link, they can see their artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not only art. We've actually integrated where we have 2 classes. We have the beginning introduction to art, and then we have an advanced class where we're going to teach them to create their own art, form a business plan, a marketing strategy, and actually produce and sell their art.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's like, the twin girls, Andrea and Angie, has a little shoe store. And I think that would be good for, young entrepreneurs. Like you said, you're going to start with the market plan and everything. And it's like building your own lemonade stand and actually turning it into a business.
Right.
Because I'm just so impressed with them. They're like 18 years old and, has a business,
Right.
And would get them early enough and can get them focused.
Right.
And I think they would love that because I think every kid's had a lemonade stand.
Right.
And I plan on, I want them to get like a first-hand experience on having their art sold.
Yeah.
We're gonna put some of their artwork on T-shirts through my my little online store,
Okay.
and have all of whatever they make go right to them. And we're gonna go to some of the flea markets. They let you rent space ever so often.
Yeah.
And I want them to be able to see someone actually purchase something that they put on a T-shirt or something that they put on a hat, or that way they'll get that sense that they can do this, and they're they are worth something.
Yeah. And too, you might find a storefront that would be willing to like let some of their stuff come in and have a little corner for the kids.
Right.
You might find some business like that. I know a guy that owns his clothing line and everything. He hasn't just moved to another storefront. People like that. And when you go in the flea market, they have all kinds of stuff in there, like the one over on Cloud. I mean, they could get lost in there.
Right.
They needed like a little storefront where they can be front and center,
Right.
and not have to compete with all these other people.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Because, like you say, if you get them early, you never know what you're gonna come out with. I mean, they could be really good. And a lot of kids want to do that stuff, and they don't have the opportunity. They don't even know where to start.
Right.
Like there's a kid, and his name is Kirby. I mean, he's 16, but his artwork is on par with, to me, some people my age. And I'll let you take a look at it.
Oh, that's like a tattoo.
Yeah, he's a really good artist and a tattoo artist.
He did the eyes and the lips really good.
And he does tattoos every so
That's
often.
really cute. The grandpa. Oh, my son likes skulls. He's got big tattoos of skulls. That's really good. Now he's 16.
Yeah, he just
Oh, now
turned
that's
16.
cute. The thorn. He even put thorns on him. I didn't know about thorns.
Yeah. His birthday is today, so happy birthday if you're watching.
Oh, happy birthday, Kirby. And this is great. We're going to show it all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Can you see all that? Uh-huh. Didn't think you was going to be on the air today, did you?
Now,
Look at that. Look at
I
that.
have two other students. I couldn't get their work, but one of them is already on my Facebook business page, so it's been showcased, and I need to get another student his artwork, and we'll put it on there, and that way everybody can see it, not just from Michigan, but from wherever anywhere.
And you can also friend me so that I can, because I spread everything around, like when we get done the show today, we post it up, it'll go on YouTube and be on Facebook, and then, you share it, I share it, so it'll get around.
Right.
So this is basically the plan that I wanted to do for the kids. This is a shirt that I made that's from my store, and
I just saw that Bucktown, there's a guy named Ritter that just gave me a poem about Beecher at the authors thing they had.
Yeah, and this is what I want them to do, to be able to showcase their artwork.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the art walk, and I'm gonna have them customized from head to toe.
Yeah, and they have those in the summer because I think they just had one in April or back in April, I think they had an art walk downtown.
Yeah, they do.
They do
On
them
and
all
off throughout the year,
yeah,
especially
yeah.
the warm summer months.
They have, because we rode down through there one day and everybody had their stuff set out, and then they had the giant piece. You know, they had the zip line down there a few weeks ago. I did the zip line. I sure did. I was so nervous. I come down so fast, my shoe came off. I was like, my shoe. But they had the big piece of art, because I know they're on Facebook too. There's like a Flint artist page, and there's a lot of people that are putting together art now. This one guy wants to do some murals and stuff like that, and they do this all the time. They have another event over at the machine shop pretty soon, and you know, if you guys went over there, you know, you might run into some people that could help you out or whatever, because machine shop is good for helping out the community, and all the artists goes over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just can't wait to see the work, because like I said, I want a t-shirt and photography. I need a nice picture for my book.
And he can tell you a little bit about where to find his information. You know, he's in collaboration. His company is called 810 Designs.
Oh, okay.
And he's actually in collaborations with Building Better Futures and Math
Okay.
Music Center.
Well,
So
go ahead, give us some info, like your website, whatever.
My Facebook page or business page is facebook.com/810designs with a Z, and my website where you can buy shirts from, or if you want anything customized, it's 810designs.spreadshirt.com.
Spreadshirt. Okay. .com.
Yep.
Spreadshirt. So that means they're all like t-shirts like that, and we tell you what we want on them, and you custom make them.
I'll make the shirts.
Okay.
It's within reason. I mean, I can do like full fronts or full backs or sleeves. I can do hoodies.
I don't wear hoodies. I cover up my hair.
Yeah, I did. I just got done doing a t-shirt for a lady in her baby shower. She wanted. It was a Minnie Mouse theme, so I drew Minnie Mouse and I put her ultrasound picture in the middle of Minnie Mouse. It was like a face, but
it showed the baby. I saw a cake like that once.
So, you know, I mean, there's whatever it is that they want. Right now, I'm working on. I'm pretty sure you know Sam I Am and the Cat in the Hat and Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Yeah.
And I'm doing T-shirts for a family right now. It's their daughter's birthday. One is 1 year old and the other is 2. So I'm
you
doing
got Sam 1 and Sam 2.
Well, Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Oh, Thing 1 and Thing 2. Oh, that's cute. I have to come up with something. My 60th birthday will be next month. So I want something really jazzy.
Okay.
I want Flaminpit, of course, but then I want something else to celebrate 6-0.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm reasonably priced. I'm not.
What price?
Reasonably priced.
we'll donate your shirt.
Oh sure.
Pro bono.
Oh sure.
I only want one.
Shirt. I'll buy your shirt.
That's all right. I mean, it's just.
I only want one. I won't say I want a dozen for all the family. I just
that'll be my gift to you.
Right on.
That's all right.
I just want the one, because see, anytime anybody gives me stuff like that, you know, I bring it on the show. Same thing with authors. They automatically give me a book, and then I bring it on and bring them on, you know. I don't request a lot. People don't have to pay me to come on. I just, you know.
Whatever it is that you want, I can, if you give me a picture of someone, I can actually put that on a t-shirt.
I don't think I want my face on scaring people. Wait, let me shave again right quick.
You know, so it's I'm just, as long as it's something that's not negative. I'm not.
Oh, I don't do negative.
You know,
that's why my show, when people ask me about my show, I tell them it's a variety show, but there's no controversy. I don't do political, and I don't do controversy, because when I walk out of here, I want to feel good. I'm a happy person, and I want the show to be about happy things. That's why a lot of my guests are people that have done things into the community, and I will track you down if I see a good story. You know, because it's so much negativity as it is, and when I tell my son, you know, it's like, I don't want him seeing me up here like fussing and arguing, be like, you know, the Real Housewives and the hip hops and the land and all that stuff. I don't do any of that. No, it's all about positivity for the community, and, you know, showcasing people, whatever they do, and they do it well. So that's what the Flaminpit Show is about.
Yeah, when I seen, because I didn't really know that Matthew was doing this. Once I had got married and divorced, and then went off to Albuquerque.
You're just a kid. You didn't get married and divorced.
That's a different story.
I'm ready.
You ran him all the way to Mexico.
Oh no, I did that on my own. I met a beautiful woman down there. So.
Oh, okay.
But after being there, seeing the art and the different jobs they have, and there's tons of people down there that own their own businesses,
Right.
and the houses down there are lovely.
Sort of like when you think of Miami, how colorful it is.
It's lovely.
I love that kind of stuff. I wish they would do that here for some of these abandoned homes instead of making them just busted out windows and.
Yeah.
Somewhere they had on the news where people were putting up fake windows in the community to make people think that there was somebody in the houses. I thought, now that's a good idea because there's too many empty houses. I was on one street the other day. I don't even know what street it was, but I passed my street and I was like, oh shoot. So I went to the next street. It was only one house on that block.
Yeah.
All the other houses busted up, stripped siding, windows, grass this high. One house on the block.
Right.
Now I wish they would do something like that here. I mean, it's enough artists here that they could just adopt a street.
Right.
Or something, to dress up, keep the grass cut,
It's time for some rebuilding, some redesigning.
Yeah.
Just that's the plan.
And it's and that's what we want people to, join in. You see people doing stuff, you want to join in and help us. That's what I just love to do. I just get out there and like, what you doing now, Lisa? You doing that too? I mean, how many more things? It's like, you just want to do them because if you can, you want to do them.
Right.
Join.
Yeah. I'm always everywhere. Like the zip line, that was hilarious. My son just stood there and looked at me like, I know you're not going to do that.
No one got it on tape?
Well, I have a picture, but I asked him to videotape me coming down, and he couldn't do it. I don't know if he was too excited or what, but he put the camera up there, and then I flew by. And I told him, I said, did you get it? He's like, I missed it. I was like, oh, I can't go back. Yeah. It's like the Rise to Cedar Point. I only do them once. If you don't get me in, that's it. One time.
I rode a train out here from Albuquerque, and I'm not a fan of that.
That's a long ride. It's gotta be.
It was wonderful, but going over the Mississippi River and
scary.
Yeah. Never again.
Yeah, it's something you just only want to do once and be done with it. Yeah. Now that zip line, when we were in Alaska, they had one even longer. This was just like right in the parking lot on the flat lot downtown. But the one in Alaska was like from that mountain to that mountain. And I just had to say no.
Right.
Maybe next time, maybe for my 70th birthday, I'll do it. I'll be like George Bush jumping out of planes tandem at 75, It's possible.
It is. I went to Cedar Point a few years ago. They got that ride at Top Thrill Dragster.
We rode that.
There was a guy in line. He was 93 years old. And I said, if he could do it, I could do it.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm waiting for the gatekeeper now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't been to Cedar Point.
You have to go after they've put a whole bunch of new rides, because otherwise you go every year, there's nothing to ride. You've already ridden everything.
It's been a decade for me.
So you good to go. It's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he is.
Well, being in Albuquerque, just seeing the different things that they have down there, it's a show in itself.
Did you eat any scorpions?
No.
Well, you were not in Mexico if you didn't eat a scorpion.
No.
You have to eat a candy. Okay.
New Mexico is right next to Texas, and on the left side of Arizona. We are still in the U.S.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Is Mexico not in the U.S., but New Mexico is?
Yes.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Ain't that crazy to
but
go
you're
to
still
Mexico.
supposed to eat scorpions when you're down there.
No.
Chocolate, grasshoppers, all kind of bugs, beetles.
I've had tons of Mexican food.
You haven't.
Chili.
If you haven't had a bug, you didn't eat Mexican food.
They don't eat that stuff.
It's like Fear Factor. That's what we should do for a fundraiser. We should have a Fear Factor contest.
That'd be nice.
That would be fun, though.
I'll be a judge.
Well, yeah, I want to be a judge. But I just think I could come up with some really gross stuff because I used to love that show. I hate they took it off.
You think people would come and do it?
Yeah. If it's for charity.
Yeah, they probably would.
Yeah.
They would.
I mean, we should have it out there in the flat lot so everybody can see it. You pay a fee to get in and do it. And then at the end of 3 rounds, like they do, they get a prize or something, pat on the back.
You follow up with us on that.
I think it'd be funny. I mean, my son would just crack up because I'd be like, okay, who can we get? We get the mayor. We want to get,
get some people.
Yeah, we want the higher ups to come on and eat some gross stuff, and I'm gonna think of the gross stuff
for them to eat.
For them to eat, and then blend it up and drink it,
and broadcast it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Flint Talk will come down there and broadcast, won't we, John?
Yeah.
We'll come down there and broadcast it and put them all over the internet. Put them on YouTube when they gag it.
That'll definitely bring some attention.
It really would.
We need something.
Yeah, I mean, and summer's just beginning because we got a few months.
Right.
But I just think that would be hilarious if we could do something like that.
Because they have the balloon festival in Albuquerque. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, nothing but hot air balloons flying everywhere, and they have like car shows, and they have
real low riders and stuff like that.
Old school low riders, old school Lamborghinis, new ones, Bugattis, everything.
See, our car shows are not that great because they had a few scattered around the other day, just here and there. But I've seen them all. I want to see the real deal.
Yeah, they pull up in these expensive cars, customized. Because I used to work for a dealership down there, and they would come up. It would be like old school Corvette, an event, and all these Corvettes from way back in the day up till now, just brand new, spick and span, just lovely. And people would just come. They'll see the cars and just pull right into the lot, and that would bring in sales.
Right.
But it was mostly just a fun gathering. So if we could, up that here.
Yeah. I mean, and they have that Corvette show that comes here every year. People travel around, and then they had the show where everybody had the prowlers, and they came to town and they drove all the way somewhere up north or whatever. They have those, and it's just a matter of coordinating all that and getting people to do it. So once they get the word out that it's for this charity, a lot of people, I'm pretty sure we could get to do it.
Oh yeah, it's the way they work down there is they're together. I mean, everything that they do, it's like a big event, and they have their ups and downs, but they're always together.
Yeah, it's a collaborative approach.
Right, because one person can't do it all, and then you don't want selfish people in the group. You want people that everybody are going in the same line, because once you have people that be like, no, I ain't doing that, I'm not doing that, it won't work.
Right.
Because our Beecher parade, I heard this year was really small. And it didn't go from the high school all the way down that road.
Yeah, I heard they did for the first time, and me knowing about, I grew up out in Beecher. Parents went to Beecher, sister, brother, everybody. I went to Beecher. This is the first time that ever I heard they altered the parade route because there's not even
enough people to see it. I hadn't even heard about it. Only thing I hear about in summer is like the Juneteenth parade. And I was a Red Hatter, and we were in it one year, and it was, it came all the way down wherever, down Saginaw up,
That's even a lot smaller than it used to be.
Yeah.
I used to march in the Juneteenth parade when I was young, and we started out at Forest Park and ended up, downtown. But everything is kind of downsized, but I believe, it's a lot of different organizations in Flint that are birthing, still in developmental stages and things like that. Once some time, take places and things grow a little bit more, I think Flint will be back on top.
Yeah, you just got to get people going in the same direction because when you think of the people downtown like Blackstones and places like that, they do a lot of events. Bubba O'Malley's, they do a lot of stuff for the community. You just have to ask them. And they'll do it. And you just have to get people, you have to get a good crew organized to follow up. But all you got to do for some of those businesses is just ask. And they will jump in and help some kind of way. They donate stuff to you or whatever it takes.
Right, they will.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming in today. It's been really interesting, but I'm going to get you some scorpions. You're going to eat them scorpions.
Thank you.
So if you got any contact info you want to give out, now is the time to do it. Either one you want to give out some contact info.
James gave out his. As everyone knows, my name is Matthew Smith. You can reach me at 810-308-3845, or you can follow us on Twitter. You can find me on there, Matthew Smith, at MCCBBF, or you can follow us or tag us in on Facebook, www.facebook, mattsmusiccenterflint.com, or you could send me a friend request on Facebook at just Matthew Smith. That's two T's. Or you can email me at incschool of music@gmail.com.
Maybe I need to throw my number out there then.
Throw your number out there. If you want people to contact you, let everybody know, because when we put this on Facebook, we're going to have all kind of people calling y'all.
My number is...
He says it like he's getting a date. Oh, my number is...
810-964-7634. You can also friend me on Facebook if you like at www.facebook.com/. I still haven't gotten around to figure out what it is. I tried
Oh, my
so much.
goodness.
Just look me up, James Pearson II. You'll find
That's
it.
on Facebook.
And you can
your
find
regular page.
you can find his link off my
On
Facebook
your page.
as well.
Okay.
Yes.
James Pearson. Okay. I'm going to send you a friend request.
Okay.
That way we'll all pass everything around, and John will hit you up because he'll be the one who's posting the show.
Yeah.
So as soon as it goes up, it'll be up by the time we get home, because he's good like that.
Yeah, you have it right up there.
But I want to thank you guys for coming in today. It's been very much fun, and I appreciate you, Matt, and now James, coming in to help the community out. So just let me know anytime anything comes up, you want to come back again, you know you're welcome. And I'll be looking forward to my t-shirt.
Okay. Just get a hold of me and
For number 60. I can't wait. I got about 6 weeks of being 59.
You counting down, huh?
I'm counting it down. I can't help it. When July 19th roll around, that was supposed to be the deadline for my book, but I don't know that I'm going to make it. But if I make it to 60, I'll make the book. But you know, what the heck.
Right.
But anyways, thank you guys for coming in. Next week, I have, I'm doing 2 shows on my 12 o'clock show. I have Summer Green from the Michigan Sleep Specialist. And at the 1 o'clock show, I'll have either Teresa Springer or Carla Scott or both from the Gay Pride event that's coming up at the end of the month. So make sure you tune in next week at 12 and then again at 1 for Flaminpit Show. And with that, we're out.